Next season is canceled. It will be the end of the WNBA in the mainstream. People will not give this league another chance.
A $40 million loss is a big blow, but what if that's only the beginning? Behind the scenes, a group of influential NBA owners has been quietly simmering for years, and their patience is wearing dangerously thin. You know things are serious when these powerhouse figures start demanding answers.
NBA investors are actually starting to get irritated. It's about time.
Remember when the WNBA was thriving off Caitlyn Clark's star power, packing arenas, driving up ratings, and selling out merchandise?
WNBA is set to lose $40 million this season.
It looked like the league had finally struck gold. But now, we're staring at a staggering $40 million loss. How did such a promising rise end in financial freefall? These aren't casual questions either. They're the kind that make league commissioners break a sweat. For 27 years, NBA owners have poured money into the WNBA, watching losses mount season after season. Now many are fed up.
Owners, if the NBA wanted to close this, nobody would blame them. Nobody would blame them if they wanted to shut this league down. I mean, what other league operates for 27 years in a loss? What other business does? It doesn't. It gets closed down. It gets shut down.
Rumors are swirling that the NBA is even contemplating shutting down the league. For these owners, it's not just about the money anymore. They're demanding transparency, frustrated with sinking millions into a venture that shows no signs of profitability. Can anyone blame them? After nearly 3 decades of financial support, they want answers, and they want them now. And who's leading this charge? None other than New York Knicks owner James Dolan. Yes, that. James Dolan, the guy who's usually the target of fan criticism, is now the one demanding answers from NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. Quite the plot twist, right? But here's the kicker.
Of all owners to actually be sort of a hero on this, it is James Dolan. One of them, of course, from the Knicks, that is asking a lot of questions right now, and evidently a lot of other owners are sort of happy that he's taking this bullet.
Other owners are actually calling Dolan a hero for speaking up. When was the last time anyone called James Dolan a hero? It's almost like we've entered an alternate universe where he's the good guy. But in the unpredictable world of sports, stranger things have happened. Now, you might be wondering, just how much does the NBA really have at stake here? Well, here's the bombshell. The NBA holds a massive 75% stake in the WNBA. That's right, 75%, not 7.5%.
NBA owns nearly 60% of the league. Now listen to this. When one combines the NBA owners' personal stakes in WNBA teams and the WNBA itself, the amount rises to 75% of the league ownership is tied to the WNBA, to the NBA for the league.
So, every time the WNBA suffers a financial hit, the NBA feels the impact directly. Millions of dollars are draining from NBA accounts each year to keep the WNBA afloat, and patience is wearing thin. These owners aren't just annoyed, they're questioning how much longer they can keep footing the bill. So why are these NBA owners suddenly so upset about the WNBA's finances? It's simple. They're watching their investment go up in smoke. As one anonymous team executive bluntly put it, the WNBA owes the NBA so much. That's not just frustration. That's cold, hard reality.
The NBA team owners have invested hundreds of millions into the WNBA since 1996, per sources. Quote, the WNBA owes the NBA so much we won't see any windfall for years, a team executive told the Post. So it's going to be years, even with this broadcast, this new media rights deal, before anybody sees any money.
You might wonder, can't they just shut it down and cut their losses? Well, it's not that simple. The WNBA isn't just a business. It's a symbol of progress in sports. Closing it would be a PR disaster, making the decision more than just financial. And yet, there's still a glimmer of hope. With the right strategies, the league might turn things around. So, for now, the WNBA is still standing, but for how much longer? It's about to enter an entirely new phase, where the stakes are high and the rules are changing faster than you can say, buzzer beater. Get ready, because the league's future is hanging by a thread, and what unravels next might just surprise you. The WNBA's future might just be arriving at its doorstep, carrying a potential $2.2 billion media rights deal. That's over 36 times their current contract, a complete game changer for the league.
Anybody sees any money. Starting in the 2026 season, the WNBA will get up to a $2.2 billion over 11 years media right contract.
But here's the twist. This massive deal hinges on the rising buzz around Caitlyn Clark. Networks have noticed the ratings soar when she's on the court, and they're ready to pay big. This could mean skyrocketing from $60 million a year in media fees to at least $100 million. After 27 years in the red, the WNBA might finally be on the path to profit.
That means likely at least $100 million annual increase from what the WNBA currently makes from national media contracts, which is about $60 million. The WNBA is also set to expand its regular season and playoff schedule to generate more revenue.
However, there's a storm brewing. If WNBA players decide to opt out of their current collective bargaining agreement by November 1st, it could send shockwaves through the league's financial outlook. Why? Players are expected to push hard for higher salaries, and these demands could transform the league's current losses into an even bigger financial nightmare. The stakes have never been higher, and the WNBA's path to success is about to get very complicated. The WNBA is at a crossroads, and the clock is ticking. They've got a superstar in Caitlyn Clark, whose talent and charisma are drawing in thousands of fans. Clark is the kind of player who could elevate the league to new heights, attracting more attention, money, and viewership. This is the WNBA's golden opportunity to harness her star power and grow its fan base. However, instead of fully supporting Clark, some within the league seem to be pushing back.
The players are expected to opt out of the CBA by November 1 deadline, and if they do, that means the salaries are likely to rise, which would eat into the potential $60 million for the 2026 profit by the league. The $100 million in television revenue, turning the projected $40 million loss into a $60 million gain. Quote, we have not even getting any money from the WNBA expansion fees.
There's been a troubling pattern of resistance, some even say bullying toward her, which is beginning to drive fans away. Once a mere blip on the sports radar, the WNBA is now front and center, thanks to one standout player. Clark didn't just arrive, she exploded onto the scene like a basketball supernova, sparking excitement around women's basketball.
League, again, what do you do? I mean, this league is going to make some money now, all right? But again, what happens if you push all these new fans back out? What does that do for your media rights deals? Because they only got the new media rights deals because of one player. I mean, singular, let's be honest, it's Caitlyn Clark.
Suddenly, everyone's talking about the WNBA, and it's the spotlight the league has craved for years. The question now is, will they embrace this moment or let it slip away? Let's talk about what Caitlyn Clark did to transform the WNBA. This wasn't just a bump in interest. It was a full-on revolution. Arenas that once echoed with emptiness were now packed to the rafters. TV ratings weren't just good. They were smashing records left and right. As for merchandise, Clark's jerseys were selling out faster than hotcakes at a county fair. But here's where it gets really interesting.
She boosted all the ratings, she got the popularity, and now all your players across the league are attacking her fans. The Iowa fans, the Indiana Fever fans. Look at those Connecticut Sun players talking about Indiana Fever fans are racist. Angel Reese talking about Indiana Fever fans are racist. Caitlyn Clark fans are racist. People are going to get tired of that, and they're going to be like, the hell with it. Let's let this league burn itself to the ground where it should have been a long time ago.
The WNBA wasn't just seeing popularity. It was raking in serious cash. For a league that had long struggled to stay afloat, this was like striking oil in the backyard. You might wonder, how much of a difference can one player really make? The answer: more than you believe. Ticket prices tripled overnight. Seats that used to sell for $20 were now going for $60, $70, even $100, and fans were eager to pay it.
Every single year, and it looks like the league might eventually become profitable. That is, if the WNBA players, the hatefulness, the jealousy, the pettiness doesn't run off fans, okay? Because we know the way they treated Caitlyn Clark, and we know the way a lot of these players have talked so badly about the new fans that have come in. Well, the new fans are what's going to make you money. So if you continue to talk badly about them, they're going to get fed up and they're going to not watch this league. They're going to leave the league, and you're back to where you were, and it sounds like owners, you better not go back to where you were.
TV ratings skyrocketed. Games were drawing in millions of viewers, including people who had never watched a women's basketball game before, but were now tuning in to see what the buzz was all about. Clark wasn't just a star. She was a phenomenon, reshaping the league's trajectory in ways previously unimaginable.
And you've got the factor of Caitlyn Clark's getting the ever-loving hell beat out of her out there. So what happens if she gets hurt, severely hurt, knocked out of the league? Again, we were one eye poke away from a career being potentially a wrap right after it started.
Caitlyn Clark's impact on the WNBA has been nothing short of transformative. It's not just about the impressive statistics she racks up on the court. Clark has infused the game with a vibrant energy that captivates fans and critics alike. Her jaw-dropping plays, from behind-the-back passes to long-range three-pointers and clutch performances in the final moments of games, have had everyone buzzing.
Caitlyn Clark fans are getting pissed over it. They're getting tired of it. You know? And again, all these new fans, a lot of them, like us, in this house, that are actual families, a nuclear family, a traditional family unit, we don't want to see her get the crap beat out of her on the court. That's not a good look for our kids to be watching. We don't want to see that.
With her exceptional style and flair, she has become a household name in a league that desperately needed a spark. But how did Caitlyn Clark single-handedly elevate the WNBA's popularity? While her undeniable skills have played a significant role,
WNBA has seen record-breaking numbers this season in viewership, ticket sales, merch sales, and just overall growth of the league.
it's her ability to capture the imaginations of fans that has truly set her apart. Clark has made women's basketball not just exciting, but unpredictable and must-see television.
That says the yearly league attendance by team. So if we look at this chart for the 2024 season, the Indiana Fever are pretty much blowing out every other team. They are averaging almost 16,000 per 39 games. So this is taking into consideration not only the Indiana Fever home games, but also when they are on the road. Their lowest attendance was around 6,000 people. And if you look at the rest of the league, everybody else is around 3,000 for their lowest. Their highest attendance is 2,366.
Her charisma and talent have drawn in new fans, re-energized those who had previously lost interest, and turned the WNBA into a hot topic of conversation at water coolers and on social media. One of the most remarkable aspects of Clark's influence is how she has transformed the atmosphere around women's basketball. Arenas that once felt empty are now filled to capacity, and the buzz surrounding her games is palpable. Fans who might have never considered attending a women's basketball game are now lining up to watch her play.
Numbers are crazy. Do you know what kind of money these numbers are going to turn into? Like, this is how you grow the league. This attendance is crazy.
The excitement surrounding her presence has been a game changer for the league. Clark's ability to perform under pressure has further enhanced her appeal. Time and again, she has delivered clutch performances when it mattered most, solidifying her reputation as a player who can handle the heat. These moments not only boost her own status, but also elevate the league's profile, proving that women's basketball can be just as thrilling as its male counterparts.
WNBA. Cheap seats going for $100, that is a sign of progress. The most expensive seats to see Caitlyn Clark were selling for over $4,000. When she played Angel Reese in the regular season, average ticket was selling for $300.
Media coverage has also shifted in response to Clark's rise. Major networks are beginning to pay closer attention, not just to her games, but to the WNBA as a whole. This increased visibility has the potential to draw in larger audiences and attract new sponsors, ultimately benefiting the league financially. As Clark continues to make headlines, the WNBA stands to gain significant media exposure that could translate into higher viewership numbers. However, with great potential comes great responsibility.
What she does. Now, as a player, let's understand this about Caitlyn Clark. #1 overall pick, on pace to become the first rookie ever to average at least 15 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. But she also leads the league with 5.4 turnovers per game, 1.3 more than any other player in the league.
The WNBA is now at a crossroads. They can choose to ride this wave of excitement and capitalize on Clark's star power, or they risk fading into obscurity. The league has the opportunity to create a sustainable model that showcases its best talent while also nurturing the next generation of stars. What should the WNBA do to ensure that they don't miss this golden opportunity? First, they must fully support Clark and other emerging talents.
Fever will have over 600,000 fans in attendance total this year, and the second best to that was in 1999 with the Washington Mystics at just over 400,000. So the Fever are going to account for over 200,000 more fans this year to their game.
This means providing marketing resources and visibility to elevate their profiles. Clark's journey to superstardom is not just about her performance. It's also about how the league positions and promotes her. By putting their stars in the spotlight, the WNBA can foster a stronger connection with fans. Secondly, the league should focus on enhancing the overall fan experience. This includes not only improving game day experiences, but also creating engaging content that resonates with a wider audience. From behind-the-scenes looks at players' lives to interactive social media campaigns, there are countless ways to engage fans. The league has a unique opportunity to create a community that thrives on the excitement of women's basketball. Another critical step is to strengthen partnerships with media outlets. As networks begin to recognize the value of women's sports, the WNBA must seize this moment to secure better broadcasting deals and increase the visibility of games. Expanding coverage can help attract a more diverse audience, which is crucial for the league's growth. The media landscape is changing, and women's sports are finally being taken seriously. The WNBA should be at the forefront of this movement. Additionally, the WNBA needs to prioritize grassroots initiatives. By investing in youth programs and community outreach, the league can cultivate the next generation of players and fans. Young athletes need to see role models like Caitlyn Clark succeeding on the big stage, and local programs can foster that connection. Creating pathways for young girls to get involved in basketball will only strengthen the sport's future. Lastly, the league must maintain open lines of communication with its players. Clark's emergence has shown that players have the power to drive interest and engagement. Listening to their feedback and insights will help the WNBA adapt and evolve in ways that resonate with fans. By prioritizing player voices, the league can create a culture of collaboration that leads to more exciting and engaging basketball. Caitlyn Clark's extraordinary impact on the WNBA is undeniable. Her talent, charisma, and ability to capture the public's imagination have transformed women's basketball into a thrilling spectacle. The league now has a choice: capitalize on this momentum or risk fading into the background. By supporting its stars, enhancing the fan experience, securing media partnerships, investing in grassroots initiatives, and fostering open communication with players, the WNBA can ensure that it not only rides this wave of excitement, but also builds a sustainable future. The time for action is now, and the stakes have never been higher. The WNBA has the chance to redefine its narrative and become a powerhouse in the sports world. Will it seize the moment? If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.